Brian, could you talk a little bit about what it meant for the team to win that Big 12 title? Obviously, you've worked very hard with a lot of good athletes for a long time to get that opportunity, and it happened for you this time.
Yeah, and we've had some good teams. We've had 3 second-place finishes in my time, but it was nice to have a really, really good day. The team just has bought in since the week after Nationals last year, things we got to get better at, and just every day trying to improve, and it came together. That day we won 8 in the semis and won a lot of, I think, 3 overtimes, a lot of one-point matches. Everybody contributed to that victory that day, and being at home, having a lot of fans there, the administration there, other coaches from other sports. It was just, it was a great day for the state, for the school, and of course for wrestling in the state of Missouri, besides our program. I think of all the youth coaches and high school coaches that are so proud of that now they can walk around and say, yeah, our program won the Big 12s. It's never been done. Had a lot of former alumni that have been around for 30, 40, 50 years, and they're saying, I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime. And that's a great thing to hear, that they're that proud of the program. But that was then and this is now. We're at the NCAAs, and we got to get going here.
Now you guys are hosting, and obviously some of your athletes live and grew up around here or from the state. Is it a positive for your kids to be able to wrestle in front of maybe their family and friends and people that know who they are?
There's no doubt about it. When we have it in St. Louis, it's so many more people come out. Last year in Philly, I think we had 20% of the tickets we sold this year. And this year, besides our block, there's a ton more people from the state and the surrounding areas that'll be there, but their youth coaches are here, and aunts and uncles, and teachers from their local high schools are going to come out and catch a session, so that's really important. Plus, I just know, and I was just telling somebody else, there's a lot of young kids that are in these seats right now that will see this and say, man, I want to wrestle for Mizzou. I want to sit in that. I want to have my parents sitting in the section watching me down there, and that's what they get to see, these young kids. That younger generation is sitting there, because I have kids on my team right now, Kyle Bradley and Drake Cottishall, right from the St. Louis area that were there years ago, and now they're wrestling here.
Your college has decided to go into the Southeastern Conference, and when that decision was made, quickly the university stepped up and said how much wrestling means to your school and to the community that you're part of. And moving forward, as the school transitions to another actual different part of the country with all their sports, how will a strong Missouri wrestling team help the sport of wrestling, even though you're not a Big 12 team?
Well, the one thing is we weren't blindsided by that decision. My administration kept me abreast of everything that was going on. So a month before, I was pretty sure it was going to happen, and we sat down and we discussed it and how they're going to support me and and we started talking with Mike Moyer. My AD's coming in to talk with Mike Moyer right now during this weekend, and just figure out what's the best avenue for Missouri to go and to continue the success and continue to strive for a national title, and that's what's going on. I mean, the good thing is we're in the SEC, even though we'll compete in the Midwest still with all the teams here. But when the announcement came about, I'm from Florida, and we do camps in Georgia. And it's amazing how many coaches sent me text and were excited. Hey, the Southeast Conference has a team again. Maybe it'll open up the doors to the other teams in the conference, that maybe they'll start it back up again. And, hey, even if you have that dream and have an idea, a dream starts with an idea, and that idea is there is a team now. And I always see things very in a positive way. And when I started at Missouri, a lot of people told me we couldn't achieve some of the things that this group, over the years we've achieved. And now with the SEC having a team, with us still wrestling in the Midwest, there's still going to be a lot of positive things with our program. We're going to be in the hunt to win national titles. We have great recruiting classes, people still believing in the program. There's good things going on.
Your program has also shown a commitment to the Olympic styles. You had an Olympian at the last games, and you have a heavyweight that didn't wrestle this year because he wants to be on the Olympic team. How is the commitment to the freestyle and the Olympic level make a difference for your program and for all the colleges that have a bigger vision?
You have to be committed to it. I said that if you're not supporting the Olympic movement, then it's like not supporting your country if they're at war. That's the way I look at it. This is our country, this is our sport, that you got to commit to it. And if you're not going to get some of the blue chip kids. If I didn't have Ben Askren and Raymond Jordans and Max Askrens and all those guys, and now they're, and some of them are still continuing Nick Marable in the hunt to try,
Yep,
and
absolutely.
he's right there too. Joe Johnston's on my staff, still competing out there. You want those guys around, and with the system that we have set up, where you can have a regional Olympic training center at your building and have these guys training with your athletes, is great because they're mature, they've been through the battles of college, now they're training and competing all over the world, and what they bring back, the knowledge, the advice they can give these kids, it's just, to not do it, you'd be silly. I mean, it's a great thing for us, and I started it 4 or 5 years ago. The state now is behind it, the entire state of Missouri. We run free Greco sessions with Coach Mayab out in a high school. He's a high school coach, but one of the best Greco coaches, comes and does free Greco sessions for the state. Marable and Johnston and our entire staff do free freestyle, and we're trying to grow it even more and more, and Missouri just continues to grow as a high school state and a youth state that we want it. I know the youth state tournament next week for USA is in my building. About 10,000 spectators, 1,000 kids wrestling, and it's just amazing. And that the sport is really, and our administration sees that. They know, they host the youth states, the state tournament for high school is all on our campus, and they see the crowds and the commitment to the sport, the passion for the sport. That's why I think the sport of wrestling in Missouri just continues to do great things.
Obviously, a lot of people try to measure seasons by this tournament, and you do have a mixed bag of athletes in regards to experience and things of that sort. What do you see as a good performance for the Tigers?
I just want my guys to go out and battle.
Yeah.
Battle 7 minutes. A lot of them were young out here last year and lost a lot of tight matches. And the difference with the group last year to this year is I'm seeing them start to win tight matches. And that's what you have to do to be successful out here. But we got to go, the old cliche, one match at a time. We really do. We have tough opponents like you have in every match, but we have some really tough opponents. But we've wrestled Minnesota's, Michigan's, Purdue's, the Big Ten schools. We went out and wrestled Oregon State's. We went to the Southern Scuffle. We went to the Virginia duels. We go everywhere. That's the thing. I put my team through when we wrestled the double duels in the Big 12 this year. So we wrestled Okie State twice, Oklahoma twice, and Iowa State twice. So our kids know that we've seen everybody. We've competed, and we've had some bad matches, and we've had some really good successes that they know if they do the right things, put their hands where they're supposed to, get to the shots that they're best at, and do what they do best, they compete great.
Outstanding. Well, thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.